I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you could take attendance, please.
Larry Fithick, Greg J.
Here.
Brandon Tank.
Here.
Bryce Howell, Scott Stierwald.
Here. All right, any additions, deletions to tonight's agenda? I would, obviously, as you can tell, we're kind of, I'm gonna say short-handed tonight, with town manager being absent and a couple council members. Item 8B, which is labeled 54 North Lafayette tree removal. As you all know, effective last meeting, the town has received ownership of that property, and we'd asked Jason to get quotes on removing some trees that are currently there. Those quotes haven't been submitted yet, so I would like to table item 8B from tonight's agenda, and we will pick up in our May meeting for that one. Anybody doesn't have anything else, addition or deletion wise, I would ask council for a motion on this one.
Motion?
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And approval of minutes from the March 12th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Motion?
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And this brings us to, actually before we get to that, I want to take a quick moment to, obviously, if you were in the town of Cloverdale yesterday for the eclipse, I can't tell you how many thousands of people that passed through town. I talked to people from out of state that were at the park that was completely packed. Main Street, it was a pretty spectacular event. And the vibe and the feeling that I got from out-of-towners pertaining to our town of Cloverdale was very good. I didn't hear one bad thing. I can tell you that the line of traffic trying to get out of here when the event was over went as smoothly as possible, but you know, you take the south intersection, major intersection here on the south end of town, that thing was bumper to bumper for well over an hour and a half, it seemed like. But overall, Adam, I think we did very well. Kudos to Cloverdale Main Street as well for holding a little event on Kylie Way. I know businesses had an influx of people, whether it was locals or out of towns. So hopefully they benefited well and got good feedback. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
No, it went smooth for us.
Yeah, it was a good thing for the town and for the county. Everything that I read, you know, county-wise, everyone did good. There were no major issues. So kudos to everybody on that. Okay, claims and transfers.
From the general, $451,070.73.
So motion?
Motion?
Thanks. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Water, $75,844.63.
Motion?
Motion?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From wastewater, $54,004.76.
Motion?
Motion?
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Payroll, $55,564.80.
Motion?
Motion?
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The first invoice is from Astra Insurance, invoice number C4-1 in the amount of $2,500.
Council, you should recall an email was sent out earlier in the month by Kelly in regards to the matters of that invoice. If there are no questions,
Motion?
thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The other two I lumped together, they're both from Epic Insurance. One is $7,000, the other one is $1,500. These were for bonds that the state was requiring us to get. They required us to get additional performance bonds for some of the work that's being done at I-70 for the Ready Water project. So that's what those are for.
Okay,
Do we need to motion those separate, or you bank them together?
I was gonna put them together.
Okay.
If there are no questions, looking for a motion for approval on both of those invoices.
Motion.
Thank you. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
And the last invoice is from Spear Corporation. It's invoice number 326226 in the amount of $3,712.
I don't recall talking, and I could have, I don't recall council talking to Jason about this. Kelly, do you have any additional information?
I know it's something from the wastewater plant, but I don't know exactly what it is. And I believe Troy, who is in charge of UMAC, he was the one that ordered that, but that's all I know.
So I can't speak on behalf of this invoice, on behalf of Jason.
I can't open the invoice.
Or if council has questions,
That was for the rebuild, I believe.
okay, I don't know for sure. Or we can table it until the May meeting. Here's our copy as well. If council has questions, if not, we can go forward with approving it tonight.
You could approve it pending Jason's approval when he gets back this week.
Did he sign it at the top, up in the corner? Does it say his initials?
Yeah.
Oh,
That he's
he's already approved it.
I want to say that was the rebuild of the controller.
Why don't we wait? Let's table this invoice until the May meeting, just for clarifications. So that we can get a definite answer from Jason. Motion to table invoice 326226 from Sphere Corporation.
Motion, we table it until we can speak with Jason.
Okay, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anything else right now, Kelly?
That's it.
Adam?
You've got all of your monthly reports. I do want to point out on the monthlies, they have changed a little bit. We're trying to make it a little bit more transparent. There is an SRO section now to where you guys will be able to see what he's doing, what they are doing with their time over there now. That's important for us to know, and we also pass that along to the schools, and they use it to get their grants, so that's going to be an important section for us. The next thing is we're looking to get a new computer. This will be for my sergeant. We've done, after the meeting, if you want to go in the office here, we've done some things to make it more efficient in our offices. And he needs a computer. He doesn't have one currently. Kelly was generous enough to give us a monitor, so this is just the cost of the tower and the keyboard and the mouse. But he'll use it to do all your personnel files that he does, training records and stuff like that.
Council approves this, Adam, where would the funds come from?
Donations.
Do we have enough fundage in donations?
I said it's fine to use donations, but we did budget for at least 2 new computers this year. So if you, and you're doing well in with your spending, so you can do it out of regular operating.
We would do it out of regular operating if we had the budget there, yes. Where it was coming from.
It's a pretty fair deal. Waived installation, $300 discount.
That's part of the contract we have with our IT is we're allowed to free computer installs every quarter. And so that's what I think.
So we waited till we got that.
Any questions on this one, council, or does somebody want to make a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve it.
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next one is some office renovations. You can just look in there, you can see that the office hasn't been updated in some time. So we went out and we got some quotes. This is the best quote we got. The top two numbers are the quotes for one coat, which is what they assume it's gonna take. This is just a paint. They're gonna paint the walls and then paint all the trim white, so it don't just look like one blob when you walk in. And if you've been in the offices, you can look, they're gonna do 5 offices, 5 rooms for that price. If for some reason they just gave us a worst case scenario, it would take 2 coats. The bottom number is what, the bottom 2 numbers would be what it would cost for a 2 coat in there, but they were pretty sure that, they could get it all done under 1 coat, because we went with a grayish color, which would kind of match the rest of the offices.
And you've got multiple quotes to keep for the file.
I'm sorry?
You've got multiple quotes to keep the file.
I asked for 3, I got 1, 2 gave me a verbal, but wouldn't give me a written. And this is the cheapest of the 3.
And if council, my question stays the same, if council approves this, where would these costs come from?
Donations.
It could, I really think it could come out of regular budget this year, but it could be however you want. If you want to do it out of donations, it could probably
I
come out of
would,
it.
I always lean to Kelly on where it comes from, so, if the budget's there, then we'd use it out of there. If not, then we could supplement it with the donation money.
Council, any questions? Somebody want to make a motion for which direction they feel it would be best?
You only got 2 verbals and 1 written estimate.
I got one written, 1 verbal, and 1 non-responsive.
Non-response. And what was the verbals price in comparison?
About double.
I'm gonna make a motion, we go ahead and do it, depending on fundage, on where Kelly can get the money and
It's fine, we can decide later.
And where you're
Between
going to
Adam,
go from?
between Adam and we'll look at the budget, but I think either way would be fine.
So do we, Greg, are you making a motion for the single or the double
well, I think we make the motion based on
as
the
needed?
worst case scenario, hoping for the best case scenario. I mean, if it needs 2 coats, it needs 2 coats, so let's approve it, but if we don't need it,
Okay.
They were pretty sure that they could do it, but they just wanted to be double.
just to make sure if they had to do a second, it was there.
Do we have to move everything away, or are they gonna do all the moving, or how's that gonna work?
We'll move it.
Okay.
We'll move
Do you want to second that?
I second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
it. And that's all I've got right now. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Kelly, back to you.
You have all the monthly reports in your packet, the revenue, our spending appropriation account, and water and sewer budget, and everything is looking really good this year. So I don't
That's
have
good to hear.
anything else to say, yeah.
Looking really good with everything that is going on.
Yes.
Okay, as previously mentioned, we do have a BZA opening. If anyone is interested in filling that role, please contact Kelly or myself for any interested parties. This brings us to new business, which is a redevelopment commission report.
So you have a packet, but this is the annual report that's due to the state. It's from the redevelopment commission. It's all their revenue and spending for the year. So this is just the report that was worked up. It's been presented to the redevelopment commission at their last meeting. I'm presenting it to you all tonight. And then if there's no changes that need made, I will submit it to the state probably tomorrow, but for sure before the due date of April 15th.
Is that in the online?
Do I submit it online?
No, is it online?
In the packet?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And I don't believe it needs approval or anything. I think I'm just supposed to submit it for your.
Just for information.
review. Yes, yes.
Place the record.
Okay. If council doesn't have any questions for Kelly in regards to that report, we will move on.
Good.
Okay. And just like that, we'll open it up for comment from the public. Yes, sir.
Well, I would like to address the board on an issue that I received a phone call last week, Thursday, I believe, from, I believe it was Susie, here in the utility office, about two delinquent persons in Stardust that had, one of them had vacated the property and the water's been turned off at the location of 391 Cool Evening Court. And they called about that one as well as 262 Gentleman Place, which the water, as I understand it, has been turned off since January of this year. And the occupant there is still there. What they're doing for water, I don't have any idea, but I went ahead and wrote them a letter and told them to vacate the property in 272. 391 was already vacated. People had moved out without notice and just dropped the keys in my drop box in the office. I have no idea where they went. I have no idea what their motivation was. But we were told Thursday of last week that the outstanding water sewer bill for 391 Cool Evening Court was somewhere in the $700–800 range, and that if I didn't hop right down to the office and pay that there would be a lien placed on that property. And virtually the same thing in a $250 to $300 range for the other property at 262 Gentleman Place. I've never received any notification, written notification, of either one of these properties being delinquent in their payment of the water and sewer bills. We are the renters, so to speak, for an absentee owner for the property at 391 Cool Evening Court, that property lives out of, the owner lives out of state, and we've been managing that property for a number of years. I was totally unaware that they were behind in their utility bill. They were paying their rent payment not in person, but they paid it in full on time every month. And I didn't hear much from them. And so this was kind of a shock to find out that we had this large water sewer bill on that property, and it had not been turned off in a timely manner. It's my understanding that rental people or people buying on contract are charged $200 deposit versus people that are purchasing their property with a standard mortgage are required to pay a $100 deposit, or if they just simply own their property, they still pay a $100 deposit in addition to their regular monthly bill. to get it turned on, they pay $100 deposit. That's my understanding. Now, my question to the board is, I still don't have anything in writing from the town about either one of these properties. So I don't know if there was anything applied to the outstanding balance from the deposits that were supposed to be made. I don't know if the sewer portion of the bill has been deleted and this is just the water portion. I don't know. But I also was advised that the town was not going to turn the water back on 391 until they got paid. Well, we've done a considerable amount of work in that home to get it refurbished and back on the market for the owner that lives out of state. But doggone, I was just surprised at all this, and I needed to just bring it, and I asked to be on the agenda tonight. I asked specifically to be on the agenda, and other than in general, I am not individually.
Who'd you ask?
On the agenda.
Who'd you ask?
I asked through my employee, the person who called, and I believe it was Susie that called my office, I think. But I am not positive about that because I did not speak directly to that person.
Understood. So, do you have anything else before I comment on this?
No.
Okay.
Either property owner or any of these.
Hang on,
Pardon me?
please.
Yeah, sorry.
Normally I would redirect you to Jason, right? So that you and Jason can handle this on the backside. Have you talked to Jason about this?
No, I haven't.
You have not, okay. For the record, are the utility bills directed to you or under your name, or are they somebody else?
They are in the individual occupants' names.
Okay, so not your name,
No, they are not.
okay. With that information, I'm gonna say I have no more comment at this time. I wanna get with Jason when he gets back, and Jason will follow up with you in regards to this matter.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So those are in the renter's name. Both properties are in the renter's name.
Well,
From what you know, I
property
can,
262 Gentleman Place
yep,
is a contract purchase as opposed to a renter.
okay,
They had a down payment, they had monthly
yep,
payments,
yep,
but the
But it's still the name
marriage,
of the owner.
the
Yeah.
marriage didn't last until the new bride moved out.
okay. Thank you. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, let's call this meeting adjourned.